Hello, fellow plant people. Has it been about 5 million years since we talked about plants? It's at least been since last year. Last post, sorry, that joke never gets old to me at the end of the year, but last post I did for you all around gardening was right before Thanksgiving when I stored down my geraniums. I would say every single year, there's only one time of year I'm not really focused on gardening, and that's the winter holiday season. For me, being from Thanksgiving through Christmas through the New Year, there's just not a lot of time to focus on gardening. There's also really not a lot you can do during that time. So it is a little bit of a breather gardening wise, definitely not everything else in life wise, but that's where we kind of take a pause, and that's where certainly the gardening videos have taken a little bit of a pause too. But there is one flower that I do actually cultivate during this time, and it is this lovely little guy. I'm showing you, my mother-in-law got me a new amaryllis bulb kit, and that's really exciting because I really like amaryllis. I like flower bulbs that grow from flowers, in part because a bulb has all the energy that a flower needs to bloom. Therefore, I don't really have to give blooming bulbs much in the way of nutrients. Really, it's just about water and maybe some sunshine to keep them going and the right temperature. And amaryllis, I'm not sure what the plural is of amaryllis. It might be amaryllises. Anyway, the amaryllis is really easy to get started. Normally people, I think, I see a lot of my plant catalogs offering amaryllis kits as a gift for your gardeners around the holiday season. Some people try to make them bloom right at Christmas, but I never think that far ahead because that would be like right around, well, a little bit before Thanksgiving. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Point being, I already have 3 other amaryllis bulbs that I've been trying to carry over year after year after year downstairs in the kitchen, not up here in my corner office. And so I did a little sneak a peek, like did a couple video clips of it throughout the holiday season. Basically, right when we came back from Thanksgiving break, I started the bulbs just by adding some water. And then just let them do their thing and tried to keep them relatively moist while I was at home. But we traveled for Christmas as well, and I was a little worried that I'd miss it. I'd miss the blooms while we were away, but I was able to catch it when we get back. So we'll check that out in a moment. But again, these do make great gifts. I love them. I don't think I'm going to be mad if I have like tons more amaryllis. They come in these kits that come with soil and a little container, and that's a really great gift because you've got everything for the beginning gardener. Hot tip is that if you can wait till after Christmas, you can often snag these kits for super duper duper cheap, and it really doesn't matter as far as the bulb's concerned. And I'm so busy during the holidays, I wouldn't appreciate the blooms nearly as much as I do right now when I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be time to start seeds. So anyway, let's check out the video. What do you say, amaryllis? Yeah. Let's get started. I'm waking another one up. These are my amaryllis bulbs that I had for the holiday season last year. I was sad about being away from my family and everything during 2020, but of course, very grateful to stay home and keep everybody else safe. So I had to buy extra amaryllis. Just had to. But it's the time of year where if I want to force these bulbs, there's a bulb in each one of these. If I want to force them to bloom, now's the time to put water back in the containers. Basically, they bloomed last year during the holiday season. Once they were done blooming, I just treated them like houseplants because the flowers die, but the leaves stick around and gather energy into the bulb for the next year. So they were beautiful all summer. Then at some point, the leaves started dying, and I clipped those off and let them completely dry out. I didn't put them anywhere cold. I just kept them right here. In part because I forgot, but also because I don't really know that it's necessary. We're going to find out. Anyway, got 3 bulbs here. We've got Dancing Queen, Amaryllis Dancing Queen, I believe this one is Royal Velvet. I bought that one locally. And then this other one that I got is Amaryllis Sumatra, which is a really bizarre looking amaryllis. When it blooms, if it blooms, I'll show you what I mean, because right now it's just dirt and a bulb. But anyway, we'll stay tuned on this. It takes several weeks for them to break dormancy and bloom. And I'm hoping that I get to see them, that they don't decide to bloom, you know, when I'm not looking, but we'll see. All right. All right, here we are in mid-December, and wouldn't you know it, we got some progress. A little interesting, this middle one, but it does have green. I'm excited. And over here we've got a little green sprout coming up too. It's really exciting. So let's just keep going. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show you my Christmas cactus because I love her. And she's got at least one bulb coming up in time for Christmas. Good job. Okay, December 20th, we're getting closer. You can see we've got bigger leaves. Something interesting is happening here with this middle one. We've got a little offshoot coming from the bulb. Haven't seen that before. And tons of progress over here on the third one, which I'm really hoping is Sumatra. And I wanted to show my oxalis that I got at Kroger's for $2 like 5 years ago. And again, Christmas cactus, keep on trucking. Still going strong. Okay, back from Christmas break, and I didn't miss a thing. Especially in the middle. I don't know what's going on there, but on this side, lots of progress. What's interesting is that oh, wait a second. I wanted to show you my Christmas cactus. I'm so proud of her. I really am. And again, my little Kroger clearance oxalis blooming. Very pretty for the winter months. Yeah, now we got some real progress to show you. What's cool is that this one has fully bloomed. I believe this is Royal Velvet that I have blooming right here. This really rich, deep red. It often has more than 2 blooms. That looks like a third one coming in. And it's just so beautiful. I could straighten her out, but I honestly just love it. This middle one still isn't doing much, but it is green, which means it's not dead. So I'll just keep going with this. And then this third one is looking really healthy, but it's interesting. The leaves came up first, and now, like you can see on the other one, the leaves haven't even come out yet. But in this one, the leaves came out first. And then it looks like a little flower shoot here at the bottom. Very promising. But I'm starting to be skeptical if I've labeled these correctly. At all. It's definitely not Sumatra. That is definitely not the Sumatra, so I'm going to hedge my bets and be sad that maybe it's not coming back this year. And that one's probably my Royal Velvet. But still, look at that gorgeous color and height. All right. Now we're getting closer and closer to now, and I wanted to get you this little sight line of the sun shining through this flower bulb. Ooh, I'm really excited about that. I'm really hoping that that's actually my Sumatra, my Sibster amaryllis, which is kind of a more exotic look, but we won't know for a little while. All right, so that is it for the amaryllis bulbs so far. Clearly there's still a bit of a cliffhanger when it comes to the bulb that definitely has leaves, definitely has a flower shoot, but who knows what flower is going to come out. Feel free to put your guesses in the comments down below, but otherwise I will try my best to do an update video to let you know how it all turned out. I don't promise to label things better next year because that's not one of my strong suits. That's part of why I take a lot of pictures. But this led to a little fun mystery for what otherwise I would say is definitely the doldrums of winter for all of us, and certainly for gardeners it's a bit of I wouldn't say a bummer, but it's just a really quiet time. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. What's coming up next? Like, it's mid-January. The next thing that I'm gonna be looking for is when I can start starting seeds, which means finding out my local frost date, reminding myself of what it is again, and then getting a sense of how far back the seeds I want to plant need to get started. That in itself will be a whole video, but usually I know that doesn't end up being till like after Valentine's Day at the very earliest. So I've got a little bit of time between mid-January to mid-February to just chill, look at my gardening mags, and plant my new little friend, Miss Apple Blossom Amaryllis. So thank you to my mother-in-law. Sup, Ellen? Thank you. And I will see you all soon. Again, leave your guesses for what's going to bloom out of the remaining bulb, and let me know what you're thinking about at this very quiet gardening time of year in the comments. If you like my channel, please literally like and subscribe so that you get the latest content. It's going to pick up pretty soon. As soon as we start starting seeds, there's stuff going on all the way through. So anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.